Hi guys. I've had lots of questions today about how to use Schoology. I reached out to a lot of parents and students because there are some kids missing some work and I'm worried about you guys. I want to check in and make sure you're okay and if there's anything I can do to help. And a lot of the parents that I talked to said that the kids are confused by what's happening on Schoology. So I thought I would make you a quick video about how to use my Schoology page um, so that you'll understand what to do. Now, my Schoology page, for my class, everything is done on the Schoology page. You don't have to open any other websites. You don't have to take pictures of anything and upload it. All the assignments are in there, the novels in there, the audiobooks are in there. There's no links, nothing. It just is all there. So hopefully that makes it easier for you. Now remember that you can get paper packets from the school for your classes that you're having trouble with on Schoology, but try to reach out to your teachers first so that they can explain their page to you because everybody does it just a little bit differently. I think mine is easier online than it is on the paper packet. So hopefully this will be easier for you and then we can avoid having to do individual conferences. So what happens is you open up my course and first of all, the conferences that I'm talking about are over here on the left. Now your page looks different from mine because I have all these other things on here, but yours will have updates, gradebook, or updates, grades, materials, and then you'll also see this one called conferences. Now conferences will take you, when you click it open, it'll take you to a page that looks like this. Now, every Monday and Wednesday from 12 to 1, I have office hours, which means I am sitting in front of my computer with my conferences open, and you can pop in and ask me any questions you want. And we can do a video conference or an audio conference. I can share my screen with you. You can share your screen with me, and we can kind of work that way. Now, when you join conferences for one of those, unfortunately, they're in backwards order. So you'd have to go down here to the very bottom and I click start conference. You would click join. Now you can also use this conferences app to do conferences with your friends. So if you have a friend who also has the same science teacher as you and you're having trouble or they're having trouble, you guys can create a conference together and then you can share your screens with each other and help each other out that way. You can also create a conference and do one with me if you'd want. It's up to you. Okay, so once you're in my course, you will see, I think on the side here, you'll see upcoming. So these are everything that goes in the calendar and things that are due. The only things that you're going to see on here are the office hours, which have the little calendar, and those are optional. You don't have to do them, but I'm here if you need me. And also the 3 required assignments for each week. Every single week will have the exact same 3 assignments due. Different words, different questions, but the same 3 things. So you'll get very used to the pattern of how it goes. The kids who have been doing it since the first week are kind of into the pattern and understand it, and you can see that they're getting it done much quicker because they're used to it. So anything with a puzzle piece is an assignment. So if you think about it that way, I'm missing a piece of the puzzle, then missing an assignment. So these are the 3 things that are due, and it's set up. You can kind of look and see. I don't know whether you see all your classes on here from this view or just mine. I'm not sure, but I only see mine. So the first thing you're going to see here is this weekly video. Now I make a weekly video at the beginning of each week that just kind of reminds you of what the last couple chapters were about. This was done at like 10 o'clock last night after sanding a chair outside in the backyard. So I'm a hot mess in that picture, but that's okay. I talk about the chapters and just kind of remind you what's going on. So that's the first thing there. That video is also found in this week's folder. So you'll see here it says, look here, week 3, the Weston game, chapters 9 through 12. Start here. This is telling you that this is where you go this week. Green means go. This is the one we're on right now. If you roll below it, you'll see week 1, the Weston Game chapters 1 through 4, and week 2, the Weston Game chapters 5 through 8 are red. That means those are old folders. You don't need them anymore once you've completed the work in them. And then you will see the Weston Game Dictionary, the Weston Game novel, and all the current chapters of the audiobook, as well as some other resources down here. Now, these 3 things are in this folder. So you don't need anything but what's in this folder. Literally, you can ignore everything else that's out there except this folder, and you will be exactly perfectly fine. So you open up the folder for this week, and you will see it's numbered 1 through 11. You have to do them in order. They will not unlock the next one until you do the one above it. Now, these are not all assignments. These are just things you have to click open to view. All right, so the first one, it's called the CLT Planner. I don't know why the school named it this. I have no idea, but it's basically our plan for the week. All right, so it's supposed to mimic what Plan Book looked like and kind of the same setup, except for we don't have it by day. I have mine by activity. So those are the 4 things you need to do this week in order to complete all of your work. So all you have to do is open that. Click, open, done. It'll unlock the next one for you. So this is that weekly video that was in the other file. It's just embedded in here too. Even if you watch it out there, you still have to click it open here. All right. The next one is the directions for the week. So the directions for the week will be exactly the same every single time, but I might change some things. I'm going to go back in a second and show you week 1's folder so that you can see the difference between what week's 3 folder looks like and what week's 1 folder looks like. But you'll see here, because I've learned a lot since week 1. We're all learning. So right here, you'll see it says like number 1, watch this video. Number 2, read the directions. 3, watch this video. 4, 5 says required and graded. So it tells you exactly what's graded and what's required. But remember, you'll know because it has a puzzle piece. Then character descriptions and information. Now, this is something that I made last week, but if you didn't watch it last week, you can watch it this week. So there's 2 ways you can do it. You can either look through the PowerPoint yourself, or you can watch my video. I made a video. Oh, look, I had my hair done that day. I made a video where I go through the PowerPoint and I explain it and I show it to you, and I go through everything and explain all the characters. Okay, so that is kind of an important one that'll help you because there are 16 main characters in this story and it can be really confusing. The next thing that is new for chapters 5 through 8 and 9 through 12 and all the way through the rest of the book are these chapter summaries. I got these from the Shmoop website, SHMOOP. You might remember me pointing that out for The Giver, but it's a website that has information from a bunch of different books, but it's kid friendly. So it's like in your, it's not like all grown up-y talk, but it's in bullet points too. So it just is a reminder of what happened in those chapters. You don't have to read it. If you know what happened, that's fine. You just have to open it. It's there for you if you need it. All right, next thing is the Weston Game Dictionary. Now, this is also available outside of the folder. I would recommend that when you're doing this next activity that you have 2 tabs open at the top of your screen so that you can have the Weston Game Dictionary open or printed out, because all you're going to have to do is type in the 6 definitions. Now, use these definitions. Don't use ones from somewhere else. I pulled these ones and I created the assignments based on these definitions. So if you don't type these definitions, it's going to mark it as wrong. And if you don't type it exactly, if you leave out a word or you spell something wrong, it's going to mark you wrong. Now, so use this one. I'll go back and explain that in a second. So now you've finished that. So you go to your first assignment. It's an assignment because of the puzzle piece. Required and graded. It tells you right there that it's required and graded. All right. So this is called Dictionary Detective. You'll have a Dictionary Detective for every single week. So all you're going to do is you're going to go in here and it says, according to the Weston Game Dictionary, which is that page I just showed you, a synonym for the word chiseled is, and you just type it. What it says on that paper, you type it here, and then you go to the next one. And there's only 6. Every week, there are only 6. Now, you may end up having it say that you have like 4 out of 6 right, but you think you typed it correctly. go back and just double check and see if you made a mistake with spelling or something. But whenever I see that a kid didn't earn 6 points out of 6 points, I go into their paper and I look at it and I'll give you points. Like if you misspelled something. So I will give you those points so you don't have to worry about it. Do your best to get it exactly like it is on the paper, but just know that I do go back in and I can change the points. All right, that's important later too. All right, so the next one is the novel. Now the novel, you have to click on this, opens up to a PDF. That's the only thing that is not directly in Schoology. That's the only thing that opens up separately. So you can read it like this and read it on your own, and that's totally fine. Or you still have to open this anyway, even if you don't want to read it this way. Or you can go to the audiobooks. Now, the audiobooks are divided up by chapter, and they tell you how long each chapter is. So if you only have 15 minutes before you have to go somewhere, you can listen to this because it's only 10 minutes long. Totally fine. Now, what I do when I'm listening to a book is I just put my AirPods in and I do something. I wash dishes, or I do chalk outside, or I fold clothes, or whatever. But I'm listening to the story while I'm doing something else. Now, if you want to read along with it, you'll see here that the story moves along and rotates like as it's reading. So it'll turn the page for you while you're listening. Now, for chapters 1 through 4, I read it and recorded myself reading it and scrolled the book along on the screen. For 5 on, I use the audiobook because they have different voices for each of the characters, and I think it makes it easier to understand what's going on with the characters because it can be really confusing. I would recommend with this book listening and reading along. Read along with it while you're listening, but listening so that you can really hear what's going on with those characters. And if you ever get confused about who's who or what's what, you can always go back up to the character descriptions, and that's also on the outside folder, I believe. Now, the next thing, Quizlets are new for this week and last week. We have created a vocabulary Quizlet and just a chapter Quizlet. Now, the vocabulary Quizlet is exactly the words that you're going to need to do the vocabulary study, which is the next assignment. So go through and make sure you've got it right. Flip through a couple times, do it a bunch of different ways, but the Quizlet will open up directly in here. All right. Then you have your vocabulary study, which is right here. And this is every single week also. Now, the way that it will work is you just drag and drop them. Each section is worth 6 points. This is worth 6 points, and this is worth 6 points. Now, if you get one wrong, it will tell you you have 0 for that. I will go in to the grade book and I will make changes in it. So if I see you only earned 6 out of 12, I'll know that that's not right. And I will go in and read it and see where you were and make changes. All right, next thing is the Quizlet for chapters 9 through 12. And so, for example, describe the character of Sam Westing. He was a wealthy businessman, disappeared after a car accident, he was murdered. Okay, great. So you go through all of those. And the very last thing you have to do is this last puzzle piece, which is your quiz. And your quiz is multiple choice. Okay, it's multiple choice. And right here, you just click it, move on, and go. You can take it as many times as you want to get the best score that you can have. Now, the last thing you need to know, and I'm going to run out of time here in a second, is badges. You'll receive a badge for each week that you complete. So this one is the Westing game, Westinghouse Witch. It says, congratulations, you've completed all of the assignments for week 1 of the Westing game. So once you have that badge, you know you're all done for week 1. Once you have this one, you're all done for week 2. This one, you're all done for week 3. All right. So that's the quick version of how my Schoology works. Let me know if you have any other questions or what else I can do to help you. I really think this is the easiest one that's set up. Just remember that everything in here is numbered and you have to do them in order. Okay, message me up here if you have any problems or have any questions, and I'll get back to you right away. All right, miss you guys.